Clark discovers his son's powers in Superman Lois and Clark issue 7. Several years ago, Lois and John arrive home from the supermarket, with John playing with his Superman and Flash toys. He asks his mother who is faster as they go into the house, where they find Clark waiting with a surprise party for Lois. Clark says that it is time to celebrate Lois's first book getting published as Author X. As John plays, Lois asks if John might be like Superman one day. Clark doesn't know, but he wishes he had someone to take him to. In the present, John's powers activate, allowing him to save his mother from the burning shed they are in. Lois says John must have a lot of questions, but they will have to wait since some intergang thugs have seen them. On the Roosevelt Bridge, Clark fights Blackrock, managing to blast off his helmet and rip up his armor. Blackrock says that he was told to do this by TV people and that the bridge was being ripped down anyway. Leaving the man on the bridge, Clark melts the nearby TV cameras and TV van before heading off to save his wife and son. On the small island, Hiathis captures Hank and Chambers, getting the one half of the amulet she has been seeking. She demands Hank tell her where the other half is. Confronted by the thugs, they open fire on Lois and John as Clark arrives, rescuing them and flying them away. Returning to their home, John yells at his father. Clark and Lois talk to John, where Clark learns that his son's powers are coming through, which shocks him. John asks if his dad really is Superman, but Clark says that it is complicated. They both explain their situation to John, saying that they are from a parallel universe and this world is not theirs. Clark says that they never told John because he is his priority and they need to keep him safe. As Clark continues to talk, he starts feeling ill, talking about a vision of violence he sees in the nearby future. He says something is coming and that he must go and deal with it, saying that he will be back soon. On the island, Hiathis interrogates Hank for the stone. Hiathis looks at the fragment she has, wondering where its other half is. In Clark's Fortress of Solitude, the other half of the amulet sits in one of Clark's display cases in the main hall of the fortress. The penultimate issue of Lois and Clark. Very interested to see where this last issue goes, especially since Clark and Hiathis actually haven't met yet. Which is really crazy to think, like, there's been the 7-8 issue miniseries and the main bad guy hasn't met a good guy, it's really strange and really cool as well. It's kind of unique and everything. It doesn't happen very often. But this is pretty cool. It's obviously setting up Super Sons and, with John's powers coming through, and he now learns that his father's Superman, but not Superman of this world, and they come from another world, and he's learning all this really cool stuff, and he even says that it's really cool and everything. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that last issue. Maybe he comes to help his father or something. It's going to be really interesting to see. I also like that Clark in this issue was worried because of the TV cameras, so that makes me think maybe that's how he gets found out about, like some TV cameras like spot him or something. All those TV cameras that were there spotted him and actually got a signal out before they were cut off. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this Superman gets incorporated into Super League, which is running at the moment, because I think it's the next issue of Superman or Action Comics is when he appears, so we're getting really close to it, and I'm just really interested to see how this Superman, who's been Superman since the start of the New 52, he's been like in the background, how he's hidden for that long, and how he's going to deal with being out in the open now, talking with this universe's Superman and Supergirl and Batman and everything. It's going to be really interesting. I'm going to give this comic a 9 out of 10.